People usually come to Sepang for a lot of different reasons. Some come to watch the Formula One, some go to the airport to catch a flight, and some even go to the Sepang Gold Coast Resort. But today we're here for an entirely different reason. Today we're going to check out the dragon fruit.
Frog lah.
No, dragon fruit, right?
Frog, man.
No, seriously, dragon fruit.
No, dude, it's frog.
I didn't get the memo. Yay, frogs! Okay, so now I know we're doing about frogs in this episode. Right now we're in this frog farm in Tanah Merah, somewhere in Negeri Sembilan off Sepang. There's a huge demand for frog meat, and it's actually very popular among the non-Muslims, especially the Chinese. It is also very popular in countries like Belgium, France, United States, even more in China, and as well as in Madagascar. Hi, good afternoon, Dr. Lim.
How do you do?
How do you do, Doctor? Here with me I have Dr. Lim Chi Kiong, the owner of this farm. He's the one who cultivates all these frogs. And so, Dr. Lim, just tell me more about these frogs. Why do you actually get into this venture?
Actually, we get into it by accident because after the JE outbreak, we have to destroy all our pigs, and then I decided to make the best use of this pig pens. So we convert it into frog pens.
Actually, what's the demand for frog meat like?
Very good now. I think it's only among the Chinese. Morning, the middleman came, so we sold 500 kilos this morning. So they supply mostly to the restaurant.
Okay, I'm quite curious as to what these scarecrows actually for.
Scare away the birds, especially kingfisher. They will come and eat the frogs, is it?
So Dr. Lim, can you show me the breeding process from the tadpole stage until the adult stage?
Okay, come, let me show you. Come here, where we go.
So we start from there.
Yeah, from there. We go to the breed. These are the breeders where we keep the males and females. So when they are ready for breeding, we will normally transfer them to this area.
So this is like the mating area?
Yeah, mating area and spawning area. Mating and
so all those are the eggs. How long does an egg take to hatch?
I think 4 days old. These are the breeder here. You see, there is the male, there is the female.
How do you differentiate the male and female?
The males normally the throat are yellowish, whereas the female white.
And how long does it take for them to mature and grow bigger?
From 2 weeks old, if they become froglet, they climb up there. They grow the leg and then the tail start being absorbed in.
Doctor, so how long does it take for a frog to reach mature stage or adulthood?
Normally it's 4 to 5 months. It depends on the market. Like for the KL market or the local market, normally we go for 3 pieces per kilo.
Oh, 3 pieces per kilo.
Whereas for the Singapore market, we go for 5 pieces per kilo, so which is only 200 grams per piece. That is only 4 months.
Doctor, is there a difference in terms of texture and the tenderness of the frog meat in relation to their age?
Personally, I prefer the 200 grams. It's more tender.
Oh, I see.
Whereas the 300 grams is tougher. Also, you see, these are the tenderness and the tastiness, or all this depends on also the cooking time and the way you prepare.
Oh, I see. Would you be so kind to show me how you cook it?
Okay, let me show you.
Okay,
let's go.
Do you have to catch the frogs?
Yes. We need to catch the frog. We need to dress the frog, do the cleaning.
In that case, I also want a 200 gram one because I'm going to grill my frogs. Okay, this is the first frog I've ever caught. It's about, according to Mr. Fang, it's about 200 grams. Okay, it's quite squirmy actually. Say hi. Yeah, Dr. Lim says these are the tastier frogs.
Okay, where's that?
He's a professional, he just catches it by hand.
Okay.
Here we have our frogs. Looks amazing. Okay, so I'm just cleaning up the frogs. Just removing the legs. And going to prepare it for cooking.
Yeah, maybe there.
Just leave it there. So we just cut into half. Yeah. Dr. Lim, do you know that the frog industry is worth $30 million a year? The largest exporter of frogs is actually Indonesia, with 80 million kilograms of frogs annually. It's quite amazing.
It's a big market.
Yeah.
The best part of the frog meat,
Beautiful piece of leg here.
It's not the leg, it's the belly.
It's the belly.
Ah.
Why so, doctor?
because I don't know, I like the texture of it. Whereas most people go for the frog leg, I think it's the belly that is the nice part. Afterwards, I will ask my wife to prepare the herbal frog, which is healthy, and especially I think it's good for women in confinement.
Oh, something like a ginger chicken lah.
With the tang kueh
Tang kueh,
and the what we say the wolfberry.
wolfberry.
Ah,
Yeah, those are Chinese herbs that are usually used in Chinese cooking.
Okay, here we are.
okay.
We prepped our frogs and it's ready to be cooked.
So your wife is going to show us the recipe?
Yes, and you show us your recipe.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Oh. Come on, let me introduce my wife to you. She's Lilian, and she's a good cook, and she will show you how to prepare frog in a healthy way.
So how are you going to do this, Miss Lily? Are you going to steam it or boil it?
Sting it.
Oh, just steam it.
Yes.
So what do we have here? This one?
This is the KG.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Chinese
KG.
herb, and this is
Chinese
tang kueh.
wolfberry.
This is the tang kueh.
Tang kueh, yeah.
Yes.
It's a very common Chinese herb usually used in medicines and herbal soups. Yeah. So it's actually quite straightforward. No, nothing fancy about it.
Just like that.
Just steam straight away.
steam, yeah.
So how long will it
5
take?
minutes.
Around 5 minutes.
5
Okay.
minutes. Okay, now can start the
Oh,
Okay, the
can actually
water
start.
boil. Okay.
water is boiling.
Wow. Okay. Put this in for you.
Do the timing for you.
Okay. So timer on 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes.
Miss Lilian is going to be doing her version. I'm going to be doing my own version of grilled frog legs with an Indonesian style sambal made of tomatoes, shallots, and things like that. Okay, so I'm going to prep my sort of sambal now. The sambal is very simple. It's an Indonesian style sambal. It's going to be made with shallots, some tomatoes, chilies. You can use as much as you want, depending on the heat you like. Some ginger, some sugar, some palm sugar or gula melaka, which is actually unrefined palm sugar, and belacan, which is actually a fermented shrimp paste, very pungent stuff, so you gotta be careful. Some salt, pepper, oil, the basic things. I'm gonna go ahead and prep my shallots. Doesn't have to be very fine because you're gonna pound it later in a pestle mortar, so doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be very fancy and all that. Cooking outdoors is always a very fun experience when you've got limited resources, so you gotta make do with what you have. So in here I've got my tomatoes, I've got my shallots, and I'm gonna add in the chili now. Depends on you, how much you like, however spicy you want it to be, it's your choice. So very simple, nothing fancy about it. Trim off the stalks, cut into two, just throw it in. And I'm gonna bring it over to my stove. I'm gonna just fry it for a while until the tomatoes lose their water, and then pound it into a paste. Add my other seasonings and fry it again to get the color and the aroma. We heat up the pan, add some oil, add in your tomatoes, shallots and chilies. Make sure you hear it sizzling. If it doesn't sizzle, take it right out. Make sure your pan is hot enough. Now add a bit of salt, just to taste. Stir it around. It's a very simple recipe. You can find all these ingredients in your fridge. I mean, when you're, rushing. I'm sure you have shallots at home. If you don't have shallots, you can even use onions, red onions, preferably. Just tomatoes. And chili. If you don't have fresh chilies, you can use dried chilies. No problem. Okay, now I've cooked off most of the water from the tomatoes and the shallots. I'm going to transfer it into a pestle mortar, or what we locally know it as lesong. What I'm going to do now is just pound it into a paste. I mean, it's quite easy because the tomatoes are already broken down. Yeah, it's much easier this way. If you don't have a pestle mortar at home, you can use a food processor or a blender. Just give it a few whizzes, then you're good to go. I remember when I was much younger, my grandma used to make me pound onions. A very slight trick because I would start crying. Okay, looks. It's about right. We're going to fry this for a while more to enhance the flavor, and we're going to add a bit of gula melaka into it. Just scrape it off. Similarly, 1 teaspoon, and some belacan, which I've brought with me. Just a little bit because it's very strong, very salty. A little bit will do. Stir it around. Sambal's done.
Okay, Kevin, come on, see. My frog, steaming frog meat is okay.
Oh, that's fast.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks really good. Smells good. You can smell the herbs and all the spice and all the Chinese berries and everything. Dr. Lim, do you need to try your frogs?
Okay, come.
There you have it. This is Dr. Lim's and Mrs. Lim's version of their steamed herbal frogs. Very healthy indeed, isn't it? This is the part I've been waiting for, trying the frog meat. I can't wait. So ladies first, please.
Okay, thank you.
It just falls off the bone.
Yeah.
Very tender.
Yeah.
Kevin, come.
Okay.
Try one, please.
Thank you.
Is it?
It's very tender and it's very sweet as well. You get the flavor from the herbs and the wolfberries. It's simple but it's very satisfying, and the sweetness is it's incredible. Very tender, very sweet.
As I say, you cannot overcook it.
Yeah.
If you over steam it, then the meat
Become tough and rubbery.
Yeah.
Basically, I just placed my frogs inside this griller. I'm just going to oil it very lightly. Because frog is a very lean meat, it practically doesn't have much fat or little fat at all. So we need a bit of fat to brown the meat. Back to the stove. Got the flame on. It's very carefully placed here. This will take approximately 10 minutes on the first side and about 5 minutes to the other side. Be very careful not to overcook the legs, as it will turn very tough and rubbery. So now it's been approximately 12 to 15 minutes on the stove or makeshift grill over here. So turn it off. It looks nice and charred, very tender, very lovely on both sides. So now it's just time to plate it up and we get Dr. Lim to try and see what he thinks about my little recipe here. That's why always oil your frogs so they don't stick to the grill. The legs, they're cooked through all the way, as it's very lean and it's not a big piece of meat, so it cooks quite fast. It's outdoor cooking, so you don't have to be very fancy. Keep it gutsy, keep it real. Spoon the sambal I made over earlier. Don't bother about garnishing and things like that. Just gonna let it try. One for the madam first, huh?
Okay, thank you.
For you, doctor. A bit of sambal. What do you think?
The sambal is very nice.
Try the sambal. And the grill gives it a bit of a charred flavor.
Yeah.
It's like a barbecue. It's got a smoky flavor. Yeah. So pass?
Pass?
Pass. Okay, good. Please help yourself to some more. Come, doctor. Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Finish this. People come to sorry. Please start, sorry. Cooking outdoors, they do. Sorry. It's been informed